let's get into nuts and bolts, things you're going to need as you go through this course. You're going to have to be able to do some basic research. Okay, if you know how to turn on Google, you're going to be fine. And we're going to show you some really good examples here, so don't worry. You're going to need some domains, perhaps. Okay. That's kind of a no-brainer. We just want to lay this out here so you understand, okay, what else do I have to invest in this? Well, what does the domain cost? $8, $9, whatever. Yeah, you'll have to, for every asset, you might want to create one domain for it, and we'll show you that. A simple site, okay, you have that domain, so get your hosting if you have that already, and install WordPress and use a theme that makes it easy to put that digital asset together. We always recommend virtual phone numbers. Twilio is dirt cheap, like a couple cents, per call, or whatever, and that's to allow you to build up any asset. And this is only, if you're building up digital assets, lease sites, lead gen, all that stuff, so you can redirect those leads one way or another to whoever's paying for them, right? And so get your virtual phone number, a YouTube channel, and a Facebook account and Facebook page. Simple as that. All right, those are the things you're going to need to be able to be the Rockstar Media Mogul. Okay, let's get in a little more, because all this nuts and bolts stuff, I like to get it out of the way early. So so all of our stuff that we teach you from this point forward is newbie friendly and veteran approved. Okay, so like I said, you pick a good niche, you get a good domain, you set up a simple site, and that's really it. So let's just show you real quick how simple that is. All right, so here we are doing our research. We're right here on good old Google, and let's start with a simple keyword. Like we're doing pool builders, because look guys, and like I said, in Module 6 we'll have lots of stuff about niches that work. But look, pool builders are great because they cost anywhere between $20,000 and $75,000 to have a pool built. So these are valuable leads. I mean, when a lead comes in and purchases, and signs up for a pool builder to build them a pool, it could be worth, $20,000 to $70,000 for them. So do you think they are willing to, pay some good money for these types of leads? Absolutely, we know that for fact. So here's a great example. Dr. Dan lives out there in Orange County, Southern California. So look, we just did a little bit of Google research. This is easy, just putting quotes around it. If you don't know what that does, that gets you exact matches. So we're like, okay, Irvine pool builder. Okay, only 6 exact match results versus you remove the quotes and it gives you a much broader spectrum. It gives you close to 1 million results. But look, exact match results, it's only 6. So that's that's winnable. I mean, that's definitely winnable. Okay, that's telling us that, hey, we're telling us 2 things. One, we've got lots of folks over here in AdWords paying for these leads. Okay, and I guess these are targeted to me, but we could probably change that and look at different areas as well. But this is telling us something really good. All right, and if I do. If I go even deeper, I'm like, okay, Irvine custom pool builder. Okay, that's telling me, okay, only 1 exact match result for that. So it looks like I'm in pretty good shape with this. And so, we just go over to, we like to use Namecheap, okay? And we'll go over to Namecheap and see what options we have, because there's all kinds of different modifiers. You can use, clearly we're going after Irvine pool builders, right? Irvine pool builder. So you could do, if irvinepoolbuilder.com is not available, which, check it out. I'd be surprised if it is. Okay, Irvine pool builder. Okay, let's see. And we only go for the .coms, guys. So if that's not available, we have a lot of different modifiers we can use. Okay, it looks like, oh my goodness, irvinepoolbuilder.com is available. So guess what? We are going to grab that thing. Okay, but you know what? We like to use modifiers as well, because it allows us to go crazy with it. So you can use affordable, affordable pool builder Irvine affordable pool builder. Don't get caught up in the minutia here. It could be discount pool builder Irvine or Irvine discount pool builder. Just pick one, and do the research just like this. I'm not going to spend hours on end going through this because we provided the Google Love 2.0 PDF here as a bonus for you if you don't already know that, and we go over that in great detail there. But just pick something that is winnable and makes sense. Okay, that's going to get traffic, guys. Don't rely on on stuff like, well, the AdWords tool is pretty much dead in the water anyway, but that was never never a relevant gauge. Just go for it because there's multiple ways to win this strategy. So, grab this domain and go. Okay, we're also going to get Irvine Custom Pool Builder, and I'm actually going to show you a site we put up. Okay, we got that domain and we loaded up WordPress, and this is under construction right now as we speak. But it took us 5 minutes to load this whole site up because we used the action theme and we just fill in. So we'll probably change some of these pictures and we can add a little video here. We can do all kinds of stuff. We can use the video we're going to use in the next strategy that we're going to teach you in the next module. But we can do lots of different cool stuff here, and that's all we need. This is our asset. Our asset is built. So now we can use Irvine Custom Pool Builder, Irvine Pool Builder if we want to, and be able to start driving traffic. Okay, this is the asset setup part, and once you have this, guys, this just takes a few minutes. Don't get caught in the minutia here. Just do some basic research, pick your niche, and then go for it. We're not talking, hours and hours of your time here. Just go for it. Do your basic research, know what you're doing, and get your assets set up. Okay, easy as that. All right, let's move along. Okay, let's talk about the nuts and bolts for YouTube and Hangouts. Okay, guys, all you got to do is know how to set up a YouTube channel, and we'll show you that. Get familiar with Hangouts and why use Hangouts. All right, let's talk about why use Hangouts. Okay, because for the last year, we've been moving more and more and more into using Hangouts. We were very resistant to it because we're like, oh, we saw it as just this quasi Google's version of of Skype meets GoToWebinar, right? So we didn't really see it as that until we started learning more and more about how YouTube connects with Hangouts and how it actually gives you a boost in visibility by tying the two together. I cannot tell you why that is specifically, other than, well, they're both Google's products, and Google seems to like it when people use their products. So for nothing else, we can just say that is the case, is that when you use Hangouts to start developing your video assets, you get a boost in ranking, okay, and a significant boost in ranking organically. And there's lots of cool tricks, and we'll share some resources if you want to go even more advanced. If you want to go absolutely crazy nutso with it, there's thousands of things you can do, but we're just going to focus on the really simple stuff. All right, so just being able to set these things up. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over this, but it's important that we do this so when we move into the full-on training here, you don't get caught up in, oh, I didn't see how you set that up. So let's go over this real quick, and I'll show you how. Make sure you have yourself a Google account, okay? I'm sure most of you do, and then I'm sure a lot of you already have a YouTube account. That's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to bore you with all that. But one of the things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a new channel for every asset you have on YouTube. And what's cool now is you can create multiple channels and share the passwords of your channels with outsourcers and business partners and so on and so forth, and not have to share access to your overall Google account, which is pretty cool. So right now I'm at youtube.com/channel_switcher. Okay, but anyway, you can also Google create a new YouTube channel. All right, it'll bring you right to that link. And so anyway, when you're logged in, you can actually create, I have the Rockstar Bin channel. I can actually create a new channel, give it a new name, a new identity, all that good stuff. Very simple to do. Let me expand this a little bit. So you can name your channel, select a category, and then you choose the appropriate things here. And then you could go through all this stuff. Again, this is pretty self-explanatory stuff, so I'm not going to bore you with all that. So I'm just going to go right in here to one of our current YouTube channels and show you some examples here. Okay, so this is Two Rockstars TV. Okay, and really, all I need to be able to do now, once you've created those channels, look, you can create, multiple channels, a channel for the pool builders, and then what I would do essentially is use that pool builders channel to do pool builders Irvine, pool builders Houston, Texas, pool builders Las Vegas, whatever market I want to go into in that example, or it might be niches that I'm going after in online offers. Just create different channels appropriate to each. That way, it's you're organizing your information properly. And the cool thing is from your Google Plus and from your main master Google account, you can see all that stuff. You can link all that together. It's really simple to do. Okay, so let me show you some other stuff here real quick. So once you've got all that set up real quick, once you've set up whatever channel you want to do, you simply go to your Google Plus. Okay, make sure you know, because all this stuff connects to each other. And again, I don't want to bore you with all this stuff. It's pretty self-explanatory. Setting up, go to plus.google.com, and you can connect all your accounts any way you see fit. But once you do that, when you're on Google Plus, and this is how we recommend doing it, because there's a lot of different ways to get here, but this is one of the easiest ways. You go down here to this little menu here, and you'll see Hangouts on Air, okay? And then it might ask you to connect a new Hangout account or anything like that. That's not too hard to do. But once you come over here, you can start a Hangout on Air, okay? And I'll explain a couple things here, because again, this is the nuts and bolts section. Now, if you don't see the channel that you want it connected to for this particular one, if it's like, for example, connected to your personal one, you can go over here. I see, Ben Littlefield here, and I can select from different ones or add account. If you have not linked up whatever that channel account is, you can add it here, okay? Or log out, log back in appropriately. But just link them up the right way, and then click Start a Hangout on Air. All right, I'm going to show you what that looks like here. Okay, and then it might actually have you download a software on your computer. But once you do that, you'll have this this thing come up, and it'll bring up your screen if you have a camera on there. And you can connect that account, right? So I'm doing this like all fresh, so it'll look like it will to a lot of you who aren't connected. So I'm going to connect the account there. Okay, give that a second. Okay, let it do its thing here, because it's going to bring up my YouTube, okay, to create a channel. So I got my Ben Littlefield, and then I'm going to click OK. Okay, so once you get that started, you'll follow some prompts, and it's all good. And agree to that stuff. Do whatever you got to do. This is how it's connecting to Google Plus and YouTube. Click Continue, and we'll be sure to have a more detailed thing for you there. But look, it's really this simple. We could do a Q&A session in there with the audience if you're going to do a live thing, but I'm going to click Not Now. Okay, so here you can see it's ready to start the broadcast. Now, if I want to invite people to this, all right, so I can actually go right to the event page, or I can actually embed this on a site. It's up to you how you want to do this. Now, I get people asking, and this is the nuts and bolts section, so if you already know all this stuff, fast forward on through. But if you don't, here's what you do. If you're wanting to do a live event like a webinar, what you're going to want to do, what we recommend, is that you create a little landing page, call it mysite.com/awesome hangout. Okay, you create a landing page where they go, where you send them, to it's like kind of like your own waiting room, because Google Hangouts doesn't let you schedule one, okay, and install a link redirect, okay, and what you're going to do is, you can put down a countdown timer. This is one of the things we do. There are lots of countdown timers that will allow you. We like to use page expiration robot. So you have this waiting room that says, hey, this thing is starting in 3 days, okay, and what you do is you put the countdown timer there, and then once the timer hits 0, it's like a waiting room, it will redirect to either your embedded page or your event page. And then all you got to do is create a simple link redirect. This stuff is not complicated to go to the event page at the appropriate time. Okay, that easy. So feel free to do any way you like, but this is how you share it with a bunch of people. Okay, you'll get your link here. Okay, and then you can start broadcast. All right, whenever you're ready to go. But like I said, let me repeat that. If you're trying to schedule one for 2 days out, you send people to your own landing page, okay? And that landing page will have some sort of countdown timer. Like here's how I like to do it, and Dan likes to do it whenever we do these as live hangouts where we invite a lot of people. We will actually go ahead and create a simple landing page that has an opt-in form, okay? And in that opt-in form, they will gather their email address, okay, and that's it. It's like registering for a webinar type thing. They gather their email address, and then when we're about to go live, we'll send them some reminders saying, hey, we're going live at this time. Here's the link, and that's just a countdown timer page at that point. And that countdown timer page will end up redirecting to either your embedded iframe page or the exact YouTube page itself. Okay, simple as that. All right, and this is how Hangouts will look. You'll see yourself right there, your nice, beautiful face. Now, anybody else you are going to have on the Hangout with you who will actually be broadcasting alongside you. Hold on a second. Let me get my microphone a little closer. Who might be broadcasting alongside you. You're going to want to give them this link up here at the top bar, okay? There's a link up there, and that's what you want to share that with them. So if you're doing this with a prospect, you know, or anybody you're doing an interview with, that's how you're going to do it. Now, if you want to share this with an audience, for example, what you're going to do is there's a little button down here on the bottom right. Okay, that's where it is right now anyway. If you click on that, it'll give you two link options. One will be a link to the YouTube broadcast. The other one will be an iframe that you can embed on your page. All right, simple as that. And you know, we can go over some of these other little features here. But guys, I mean, keep this simple, keep it easy. Basically, the features you have here is you can have a chat box come up. Okay, if you want to enable chat for people that are watching it, for example. Excuse me. And then you can screen share. So if I just want to show what's on my screen on this instead, so if I have a PowerPoint presentation or a keynote presentation, I can show what's on my screen here. Okay, I can do Q&A if there's an audience. Okay, real simple. I mean, if you just click these buttons, you can see how easy these are. Then you've got you know, image capture. You can do cameraman features where you're changing what you're showing at what time. All this stuff. I mean, just feel free to go through this. There's a whole wealth of knowledge here, and we should have some more resources throughout here for you to get in and find some of this stuff. But really, keep it simple. Fire that thing up, start recording, and then go. All right, that easy, and just follow along. Now let's go over some quick Facebook basics, guys. All right, this is really easy stuff because most people are pretty familiar with Facebook probably just from your daily use. All right, I'm just going to show you real quick, setting up your ad channel, understanding basics of the Power Editor, and simple ad overview. All right, so let me show you that real quick, and we will be out of here and on to some bigger stuff. All right, check it out. Okay, here we are on Facebook. So you can see your little ads manager here. I'll go here where it says create ads. Okay, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Everything is here. Makes it really easy to do. But what I really want to show you here is the actual is the Power Editor, because I think that's the area where people don't really understand what the Power Editor does. So let me go over to the Ads Manager here and pull up the Power Editor. All right, this only works on Chrome, on Google Chrome. It might work on Internet Explorer, but I know on Mac it will not work on Firefox, and I have not tried it on Safari. So I recommend using Google Chrome for this. But basically what the Power Editor will allow you to do is, the most important thing is be able to create audiences. Okay, and I'm going to show you a really cool trick in audience creation. I know this is the nuts and bolts stuff, but I want to show you one reason you want to be able to do this. Okay, so if I'm creating an audience, I can build up audiences of one. Okay, so let me show you this real quick. Okay, let me sync this up. Okay, so when you log in a Power Editor, if it's like your first time, or every once in a while it'll give you this thing, take a tour. Okay, you can see I have all kinds of crazy stuff going on there. It will actually give you a tour of this, and I highly recommend you do it because it'll tell you all about how to set everything up and everything in between. But one of the cool things about Power Editor is custom audiences. All right, this is the most important thing. I've got lots of different custom audiences here for all kinds of different campaigns I'm running. And let me show you why this is critical, especially in the offline world. So remember that whole thing about pool builders. Well, if I found one pool builder I want to lease a site to or sell leads to, I can go to that person. I'm just going to go to a random person here. Let me go to Dr. Dan's page. Okay. So if I go to Dan's page here, okay, I can pull up Dan's profile information right here. Okay. And there's actually another cool way to do it. I'll show you what that is. All right. Because this is all nuts and bolts stuff, right? So I can do Facebook user ID. Just type in find. Okay, there's this site called findmyfacebookid.com. Okay, and if I just enter in Dan's URL to his Facebook profile, if I put it in here, it's going to give me his numeric ID, okay, and I can keep this somewhere else. So that's one of the cool things we can do with the Power Editor is I can load that into like a little CSV file and create a specific audience. A lot of these are just an audience of one. So if I just create this audience of one, when I go in and actually create an ad, okay, so let me go and create an ad real quick, just a quick and dirty sample ad. Okay, I'm gonna go create an ad. And remember, if this is your first time setting it up, you're gonna have to tie in, your PayPal account or a credit card or something like that to it. So I'm gonna do clicks to a website. I'm just gonna do 2rockstars.com. Okay, and I'm not going to go through all the stuff of the images because this is okay. There's a default image there. I'm just going to use that, or I can upload images. All really simple to do. Okay, now what I want to do is if let's say I want only to target Dan on this thing. Okay, he's the only person I want to see this ad. I put, hey Dan, check this out. It is awesome. Okay. And I only want a Dan, so if I created that custom audience where it's just Dan, well, let's just say this one's just Dan, okay? And, it'll tell me a suggested click. I can go and set up an ad campaign, and the only person in the entire world that will see this ad is Dan. Now, to make sure, I want to make sure I'm in the right country, so I might just remove that, and it's only going to go to Dan, and then I can just set up the rest of my settings. So that's, Facebook ad basics. It's here, I just did this for you so you understand some of the nuts and bolts. Guys, there's nothing else to go over here. Dan will provide some more advanced video tutorials, especially about Hangouts and YouTube, because I know there's lots of confusion for folks there. We still stumble on it. We've been doing it for a long time because Google's always changing it. So Dan will do a few more minutes of showing you some setup stuff if you need that. Otherwise, we will see you in the next module. Again, congratulations on getting in on this, and we'll see you in the next video. Rock on, guys.